All righty, 8 minutes actually, 8 minutes after 3. Good afternoon to you and you, Sani. Thank you very much for staying with 95.1 Nigeria Info, your passionate, trustworthy, and conversational radio. How's the Thursday treating you? Today's just the 25th of January. I said just as if 25th is not a long time into the month. I mean, the month is almost winding down, and it's just been one hell of a month. I promise you, one hell of a month. So much has gone down, so much has happened, and just, to one moment it knocked the steam out of us for a bit, but it's all good. We just keep moving along, trotting along until we eventually get there. That's life. So it's been great conversation from the Morning Crossfire show. What's happening at Abuja, the Sunny Side show that just ended. And this is where I officially welcome you to Hard Facts. Yes, it comes with some bit of intensity as we start off looking at some of the big stories driving conversation in Nigeria. And we get on to other topical discourse also. Today, alongside the trending stories, hopefully we'll be speaking with residents of Mungu to just get an update firsthand as to what the situation is with them at the 5 o'clock hour, that is, and continue to solicit to make that appeal to the relevant authorities and the government to ensure that they live up to their number one responsibility, which is the protection of lives and property. And it doesn't matter what the genesis, the origin, the cause, the stimuli for the crisis. They need to nip it in the bud. They need to find a lasting solution, not the one that comes with a graveyard piece where, 1 minute you think is all calm and quiet and the next minute they're, butchering people. So hopefully we'll be able to get something a bit more lasting in that region. We'll be talking about that at the 5 o'clock hour when we get our guests through via telephone. It will make for a great discussion, so please stay with me from now to the end of the show and keep your eyes peeled, your ears to the ground, so you can share eyewitness report and situation update with us. When we get to the 6 o'clock hours, we'll look at other stories alongside it also. My name is Kimberly Wachuku. Call me Kim, the Oracle, the Digital Oracle, OTF, the Fellow, or Chanya One of Nigeria Info, Madam Speaker, and I'll say yes, yes, yes to them all. I'll be here till 7 p.m. and I do hope you get to tag with me from now till then. I've been told we're on Facebook Live and also on YouTube at Nigeria Info Abuja. If you want to follow the live stream of the Roundtable at Nigeria Info Abuja is how to get to join the studio and leave your comment. I would read as many of the comments as possible. AFCON is still going on, and the minister has told the Eagles that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu isn't really impressed with their performance. So is that what he said, or that's not what he said, did he? He urged the Super Eagles to improve their performance and do better in the final stages of the ongoing African Cup of Nations in Côte d'Ivoire. Tinubu's message was through the Minister of Sport, John Eno, who spoke to the players from Abuja via Zoom yesterday in Abidjan. And according to the minister, the president was not impressed with the showing of the team during the group stage. He said, I had a meeting with the president yesterday. I went to the villa for something else, and the president cornered me and said, yes, come here. Eagles, better, they should manage to qualify you. And I said, that's how we're going to keep going until we win the tournament. We're going to try and improve, he assured the president. He said that I should tell the players, that's the president who cornered him, told him to tell the players that he wasn't impressed with the last match, but he knows that now that they are off the group stages, they're going to impress him more. That's what the president told me, the minister, that is to tell you guys that he's actually watching your matches. Would you believe that he asked them? I bet they'll say, no, oh yes. And then the president is urging them and also showing an understanding of the game because he knows there's a lot of caution at the group stage. And from the round of 16, you are going to be more impressive. Remember that in 2022, in Cameroon, Egypt, as a country, struggled to qualify, but they went ahead to play the final. So reminding them that it's been done before. You can do it. Believe in yourself, Super Eagles. The president is not impressed. And, you don't want to disappoint the president, do you? I mean, there's a lot of disappointment going on already. So do your best, Super Eagles. Make us proud. Even if it's not for the president, do it for me. Do it for all of us. We need some cheering news. We need some winning. I didn't quite see the last match. I listened to the commentary of it, and I thought, okay, somehow we managed to just get that 1-0, even though it was like, luck was on our side with that particular one. Then the first one we played, I think that was the Saturday we lost our beloved Derby. I don't know anybody who followed it, but I listened to people who, gave their opinion and said, not so impressed with our performance there. Let's just believe it's what the president said about the group stages, that the things are going to look up and their performance will be a lot better. I don't want to tell you how Ghanaians took their losing out of the AFCON. They were not nice to their players. Even the Ivorians, they had to fire their coach immediately, and the fans, they were very hostile to the player. As a matter of fact, a little bluebird told me from the news that they were destroying their buses and all of that. We're not that people. We're chill. We're not going to do that. But we're encouraging you, Super Eagles, to go out there and make us proud. Okay? Thank you very much. And I know there's a lot of prediction on Football Frenzy as how to pan out. Don't put your paycheck on it. You see that your 35,000 that the government is struggling to pay you. Do not bet it on the Eagles. I have seen teams that play. Don't bet. All right then. Well, take your chances if you're that person. And you would not believe this, but Lagos actually ranks above Dubai and Miami as the best city in 2024. I promise you, I'm not making this thing up. Yeah. Well, Lagos has ranked as the 19th best city to visit in the world, according to Time Out, that publishes guides and magazines. Now, apart from Lagos, South Africa, Cape Town, ranked second, and Ghana, the rank is 44th, where they were the only African cities that featured on the list. South Africa, which is like second overall. Then we had Nigeria, not third. I will find out what the position is. Then Ghana featured at 44th position. The Time Out said it drew its conclusion from a survey of more than 20,000 city dwellers around the world, along with its network of editors. The criteria used to rate the cities include food, the quality of the food, and the affordability of the food. Apparently, those who were on the survey ate ewa and their life never remained the same again. They started seeing things in living colors and thinking, boy, oh boy, Lagos is cooler than Dubai and Miami. And perhaps maybe they ate a bit of party jollof rice. It can change your worldview. I promise you. Eat the right jollof rice and your perspective towards life changes automatically. And perhaps that's what happened. Well, they looked at our food. They looked at the culture. And Lagos has a life and a spirit to it that I can see that is endearing to the editors and the people who were in this survey. So they looked at the culture, the nightlife of Lagos, how the city make people feel. Think about it. Do you get a good vibe about Lagos? Strong community vibe is also a criteria they looked at, the strong community vibe. Yes, I wouldn't take that away from Lagos. I will not take that away from any Nigerian city. We have, perhaps maybe Abuja is losing it a bit. That sense of community, I'm not so sure. But then, you get that feeling like, you're in your neighborhood, you're with your buddies. That Lagos energy gives you that vibe. I agree with that. They also looked at access to green space in Lagos, if they say so. And then they look at historic sites and much more to ranking all of these cities. It's possible that Lagos did not check all the boxes. However, it checked enough for it to be seen as, an appreciable place. The report encouraged global citizens to visit these cities, including Lagos. They are telling the world, visit Lagos, Nigeria. So whether you're a staunch mainlander or from Lekki, there's something for everyone in Lagos, Africa's most popular city. Both the city and its suburb are expanding. Just check out Live Work Play Concept, Eco Atlantic City, just out of town. Ekpe on the north side of Lagos Lagoon is experiencing a boom. it was reported. When it comes to standard of living, Lagos has a lot going for it. 96% of locals are happy. The report says, should I not move to Lagos already? 98% would call Lagos beautiful. Okay, I wouldn't take that away from Lagos, some part of it. And the city got a 92% friendliness rating. I would not argue with the friendliness rating. Yes, I must say. The report also highlighted Victoria Island trifecta of swanky resort, food house, nightlife, Ikeja Kuti's Bistro, owned by the legendary Afrobeat family for serving up reliable, delicious food. And they also talked about Oniru Beach. If they've not snatched your phone there, you would perhaps think Oniru Beach is cool. But yeah, Oniru Beach has a relaxation spot also. And in 2023, the Economist Intelligence Unit said Lagos was the fourth worst city to live in the world. So depends on whose report you're going to believe. Receive the report of the one who is telling you Lagos is above Miami and Dubai. From henceforth, we would no longer look at the Economist Intelligence Unit anymore because it tells us Lagos is the fourth worst city to live in. And then another one is telling us, boy, it's a cool city to live in. It's better than Dubai and Miami. Well, Lagos ranks above Algiers, the capital of Algeria, Tripoli, Libya's capital, Damascus, the city, the capital of war-torn Syria. They surveyed 173 cities, used 30 qualitative and quantitative factors across 5 broad categories: stability, healthcare, culture, environment, education, and infrastructure. So looking at the list of it, they listed quite a number of cities though, but there are quite a lot of US cities that are on top. Number 1 of the best cities in the world, according to their criteria, is New York City, and then followed by Cape Town, then Berlin, London, Madrid, Mexico City, Liverpool, Tokyo, Rome, Porto in Portugal, Paris, Mumbai, Lisbon, Chicago, Manchester, Sao Paulo, Los Angeles, Amsterdam, and then at number 19, you find Lagos, Nigeria. Not bad at all. Okay, I thought to cheer you up with that bit of story so that anytime you visit Lagos, you know that you're listening. You can play City Boy and feel good like you're indeed a City Boy in Lagos City. We'll take a quick break and, no need for the break. Let's look at the update coming from the Supreme Court. It seems like Supreme Court is affirming everybody everywhere. Just stay where you are if the people voted you in. Has there been anyone, according to the results announced by INEC, even though they've been sacked by, the court of the first instance or the appeal court, that got to the Supreme Court and the Supreme Court did not affirm them based on the fact that, they were announced initially as the winner of the election? Help refresh my memory if there's any such one, because, from Rivers State to Plateau State to Kano State to Kaduna State to Taraba State, the Supreme Court is upholding, affirming every single one of them. And that's good. Is it a good thing? That's a good thing, yeah? All right. Well, I don't have a guest with me, so I would get your opinion on some of the stories I've looked at and what you make of the outcome of the Supreme Court verdict in all the states where we've received all of them. I know people were waiting with bated breath earlier today to see the outcome of Rivers State, given, the impasse between the former governor and the present governor, and to see if somehow APC was going to knock Fubara out, but Fubara has been affirmed by the Supreme Court. He sits pretty much as the governor-elect of Rivers State alongside every other governor who was elected in the first instance. So no sacking, just affirming and upholding. We'll open up the phone lines to get the conversation going. Remember, you can join us Facebook and YouTube at Nigeria Info Abuja. Leave your comments there. Let's get your 2 cents on some of the stories. Call me up on 0809 9930137 0809 9930137. Call via WhatsApp, and I would let you in on when to call the other lines. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir. You're welcome.
The Digital Oracle.
I greet you. Good afternoon.
My name is Susan God.
Usan for God, you're welcome.
Thank you.
How did your meeting go yesterday?
Excellent. Excellent.
Good to
I sent something to you. I sent something, an audio to be forwarded to you. I don't know if Swat.
It was sent. I haven't listened to it. A lot
We had
happened,
a
but
nice
I will.
meeting.
All right.
Yeah. So, I just want to react to some of this report you mentioned,
Go ahead.
particularly the rating of Lagos. And when I heard that, on one part, one would have said that's a cherry news, but on the other part, I started thinking whether the research methodology was faulty to have put Lagos ahead of Miami and Dubai. How could that have been? And then secondly, I said, even if it's not faulty, it's possible that the inhabitants of Lagos don't know what they are missing. For them to say they're very happy. Because the traffic there alone is enough for one to have consent. Yes, it is true that the Lagos has that communal living. I grew up in Lagos, by the way, so I can identify with that. You know, in Lagos, anything is possible. I'm in positively now, not negatively, especially in regards to how easy.
Usan for God, we need to go on a quick break. Can you hold on?
It's okay. Okay, I can hold on.
Abuja, our mic is always on. That's why we give you the microphone to take your business to a higher level. Get your branding to a household name in Abuja and beyond. Call our sales executive, John, 080-999-30141. Joy, 080-9597-5569. Let's get your business on radio and be heard.
People share fake news simply because they fail to think sufficiently about whether or not the content is accurate when deciding what to share.
Fake news can cause conflict, which can lead to violence, destruction of properties, and even death.
Some people create fake news intentionally to cause chaos and harm, mislead others, and delegitimize key democratic institutions.
Do not share any message without verifying the source. You could be misleading others.
If you cannot independently verify that story, don't share it.
Read, verify, and confirm before you share. This message is brought to you by the Center for Democracy and Development, CDD, with support from the National Endowment for Democracy, NED.
There's a place where you can get it all trending.
People are dropping on their vehicle and running, leaving their vehicle.
A place where you can air your views.
I want to report the situation.
Only on your number one station for talk.
This is not the way. We cannot continue like this.
95.1 Nigeria Info. Abuja. Let's talk.
This is Nigeria Info.
Thank you. So I was just smiling on hearing that rating because talking about Dubai, I had the privilege of being there, and one of the experiences that have not left my heart since then is a visit to one of the beaches there. At the beach side, the sand by the beach side was as clean as maybe you say lovely Gary. You will never see a sachet of, not even a wrap of chewing-gum, nothing, no single deck around. I mean, the water was as clean as anything, not the one we have here in Lagos, where you see tree trunks flowing, paper wraps, and all the dead flowing on the beach side. And talk about the world largest aquarium in Dubai. So I mean, for Lagos to rate higher than them, I'm wondering, did they miss out in terms of the research methodology used, or the inhabitants of Lagos probably they take wrongly or they don't know what they're missing? Honestly, thank you.
I can understand that. When you're stunned by something yourself, you start to ask critical questions like you're doing. You Stand for God. Stand for God is asking, maybe they missed out something in their research methodology. Hello. Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to the show. What's your name?
Are you sure this briefing is not political?
Oh dear. Uh-oh. Well, phone line is still acting up. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, you're welcome. Good afternoon. What's your name? Oh dear. Okay. Your network is really poor, so it's holding up the line. We need to drop your call and move on to the next. Hello? Hello?
How are you, ma'am?
Good afternoon. You're welcome.
Yeah, I said, how's the work going?
It's going pretty well. We can't complain.
Yeah. This is Pastor TK calling from Dubai.
Pastor TJ, are you sure you're not moving to Lagos? Lagos is doing better than Dubai right now. So a report says.
Ma'am, the report, I was shocked by that report. Do you know why? Do you know why?
Tell us why. State the obvious.
When I was going for my wedding, when I was preparing for my wedding, I went to buy something Manchurian in Lagos. I took my wife along. What Agberu did for us at your Jota, I swear to God, I will go to Lagos again. I will never go to Lagos again. They almost naked my wife completely. Nobody could come to our rescue. They were beating us, collecting our phone in the public. Not only me, those that are passing by. So I wonder how they rate the city that is better than Dubai. It is well with Nigeria. I know we will get there. Maybe they're wishing us good. I wish Nigeria the best. I think we need to do the right thing because, to be honest with you, Nigeria is we have a very beautiful, some beautiful cities. Go to Port Harcourt. We have so many places that are very beautiful, but pretty and
beautiful in what sense? What is beauty? Because it's
term of structure, but we lack maintenance. We lack maintenance. Like what other man said about sand. My dear, people clean Dubai day and night. Day and night. You are walking in the night, you see my machine washing the road. See people cleaning every time, and they are paying them. Those people doing their job, they are not from Dubai, they are another nationality, but are doing the job with one mind, with all seriousness. People, do you know why? Because the government don't joke with their citizens, they don't joke with their staff, they don't joke with anyone that work with them. There is an alarm that anything they want to endanger their life. You see police show up immediately. But in Nigeria, reverse is the case. I'm telling you the truth. Kim, let me tell you something. If you dash me house in Lagos, I will dash it out. I can't stay in Lagos. If you tell my wife to come to Lagos, I'm telling you she will run away. I don't like Lagos. They intimidate people a lot. No. We have a long journey to go. A long journey. So I don't know how to do that. I do comfortably. I can go out comfortably without being afraid of anything. But Lagos, you'll be going and be looking back, looking front. Anybody can challenge you. It is good. Nigeria will be better in Jesus' name.
We say,
I pray so.
We say amen to the prayer. No, we say amen to your prayer. There's room for that massive improvement. Thank you very much. And talking about massive improvement, Lagos is doing a lot. They're about to unveil the Red Line Rail by February. In a matter of days, they will unveil that to tell you how they're building a bit more connectivity. And guess what? The fourth mainland bridge construction will begin the first quarter of 2024. That's what Sanwo-Olu is saying. Anything to decongest traffic and bring a bit more connectivity around Lagos City is what they are onto. So think about it. No more second mainland bridge, third mainland bridge. We're having the fourth mainland bridge come on. By the time the next edition of the magazine comes out, we just might be the best city in the world. Wowza. All right, let's go back to you. Oh dear. Okay. Hello. Good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, my name is Lukman. I'm from Mani.
Go ahead, Lukman.
Yeah. Is that the only news that you put out?
Hello? Yes,
Hello?
and the Supreme Court. No. We talked about the Supreme Court also. They are affirming almost all the governors, even the ones that were sacked by the appeal court, were reversed. So it seemed pretty much they're just holding up what INEC put out so far when it comes to the governors. That's not the same fate with the lawmakers, do, because a lot of them were sacked at the appeal court, and that's where the bus stops, the appeal courts. Governors who are lucky enough to get to Supreme Court had their, sack reversed, like the case of Plateau State, and affirmed in other instances.
Okay, probably the Supreme Court is trying to redeem his own image. The presidential petition didn't go down well with him. So probably and I think it's for them to review that law that restricts some litigation to get to the Supreme Court, because what happened in Plateau, that judgment is just unfortunate totally. It doesn't represent democracy in any way, because I don't see how law that is one law will affect one person and it will not affect that person. You understand? In the case of that governorship ruling, and lawmakers are left, so it doesn't like democracy. They have to review it. Those who are in charge, National Assembly, they should amend the law. You understand? To avoid the future occurrence of that, and they put more eyes on those appeal court judges and those who are the election petition, because we are hearing, from reliable sources, some of these are laws to be part of the election petition tribunal because of what they are going to get from those bargaining politicians. This is coming from reliable journalists. So they should put eyes on them. It doesn't improve continue that way. That's Lagos or whatever. Probably the people who do that, they just want to, they just want you to read that. I don't think Lagos how.
Oh, so you think they did it for clout? When people will sit like, let's buy it and see what.
Absolutely. Yeah, and you know that Nigerians, you like all those things. Because I don't Lagos. Just as the last caller spoke, he spoke excellent well. The place, too much violence with him, too much of congested. Forget all those island and the snake and they are talking about. So it just as man said, even he said, I'll go back, but I'm afraid. He played over 10 years ago. One of the reasons I never liked the places, when I came to Abuja, I see that, there's some level of orderliness in Abuja. Compared to Lagos, it's far. Yes, in Lagos, you want to enter, take the order. They'll be shouting at you. Everybody, follow those, transfer. No, it's not the best place. I say want to live in Lagos State.
All right.
So that's enough. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Not one single person has agreed that Lagos should be above Dubai and Miami. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You're welcome.
Yeah, right. My name is Prosper from Taraba.
Prosper, you're welcome from Taraba.
All right. Saying that Lagos is a good city to live in, even overtaking some big cities like Dubai. That's something people just need to understand. When they say Lagos, I mean the nation cities, not the whole state as a whole. There's some part of Lagos that are very, very good to live in. There's some part in Lagos that if you go there, you feel like you are not in Nigeria. So I believe they're talking about those areas, not just...
They didn't tell us specific areas, even though they highlighted certain areas, but they said Lagos. They did not say, I'll go to some part of Lagos. Places like Makoko is not a part of it, but they didn't say that. It's the sum total of what the city gives.
Anyway, if they are saying, if what they mean is Lagos in general, then they are just lying. But if some part of Lagos, then I stand with them.
All right, then. Thank you very much, Prosper, for that. Let's look at more thoughts. Remember, you can reach us via WhatsApp also, 0809-9930137. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much. My name is David.
Welcome, David.
From Ghana. Yeah. Well, I just want to talk about the Supreme Court judgment and the conclusion that they're just confirming everything that INEC announced. I'm using Plateau as an example. Plateau, actually, we came out and voted for PDP, and that was what was announced. Yet, the National Assembly, these people, we voted for them. But when they come to Supreme Court, when they come to appeal, they sack all the National Assembly and the Senates. When it comes to this, go for the Supreme Court, so I don't know what will happen with these same senators, the House of Representatives. I don't know their fate. Since the judgment seems to be wrong, according to what Supreme Court is saying.
David, I don't know if we're going to just outrightly say it is wrong based on the outcome of the Supreme Court. Morally, there's a lot of question to ask as to how these verdicts are arrived at. But according to Electoral Act, State National Assembly, yours terminate at the Court of Appeal. The Supreme Court is where governorship and the presidential gets to end. And the Supreme Court, gives a different interpretation from the appeal court reversing it. Now, it's left for us to interrogate as to what is it that the same criteria that was presented to the appeal court and taken to the Supreme Court is interpreted in a different way that sacks one and leaves the other. It begs a lot of question as to what's wrong with the judiciary at this point, I guess.
Exactly. And then if you look at what's happening, if you see what is happening in Plateau, it's because of this matter. Most of it is because of this. When you go to the House of Assembly, State House of Assembly, the same thing is happening. You go there, they say no, you will go. They believe that the Supreme Court is the truth. Whatever these people are saying, I don't understand because that's not, but that's it. And the people that have been killed this particular time around, I don't know if those go to come back, which I know that they won't. So now, when we are talking about this, let's say to ourselves, what is good? Let us. What is good? What is right? Let us stay with it. What is wrong? It is wrong.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, David. So David is just surprised, like a lot of Nigerians, as to how it happens. I think that's also the argument why when we had the amendment, the governorship had to get up to the Supreme Court also, because people feel like there's room for further interpretation. Because if you're looking at the lawmakers that were sacked in Plateau State, the same pre-election matter is what they use in sacking them. The same pre-election matter was what, sacked the governor, but the Supreme Court reversed it and said, no, not consequential in this instance. And so someone has labeled it a bit of judicial rascality, but is that what it translates to, or the kind of argument to present as at that time and with that particular court? Or in others we say is interference. But then it will also take us back to the argument of sort yourself out from the party level so that you don't have a reason to have to worry too much about how the court interprets it. If you do right by your party constitution, how you constitute your Congress, you do your pre-election sorting, your what do they even call it at state level? It's still the same. The Congress is where you pick your officials and when you do the vote for who the nominees and who emerges as the flag bearer. If you do it by the books, you have very little to worry about. But half the time, they always have these issues within the party. And I'm not going to single out one political party as being the most guilty, because we've seen it with the APC, we've seen it with PDP, where they would say, one election happened here, or they nominated this one, then a faction came out and did their own, then there was a sub one that happened, and INEC will now be torn as to which is one they observed and which one they're going to recognize. It's a little dizzying, and I think it's something that parties will continue to lose seat until they address that part. And that's when we talk about internal party democracy. This is the root of some of this disquiet you find in a party, when you can't really hold a decent voting process within your state, within your ward, within your local government, to ensure that you have this one person recognized by everyone within the party emerging. You would be having factions and disquiet amongst them. You go to court and you're at the mercy of whatever interpretation comes, and then you start to fault the judiciary. But if you take a step back to looking at what the party themselves are doing, they give room for the further rascality that we're seeing down the road. And they will continue to lose seat until they sort those aspects out. But then, how it is interpreted also is one that would need, some maybe not so divine interpretation. We'll bring the legal minds in to help us wade through it. Hello? Oops. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Kim.
Yes, you're welcome. I'm all right, and you?
This is Comrade on the line.
Go ahead, comrade.
All right. This Supreme Court verdict, the outcome of Supreme Court about this previous election. I think politicians or the lawmakers shoot themselves on the foot, because for them to say a state assembly, any from the assembly should end in court of appeal. They can't make any argument more. The final judgment has been given by the appeal court. So except they go back and amend that same section, so that if such kind of case come up, they can see to the Supreme Court.
But think about it, that we have to take all of these cases to the Supreme Court if we don't sort some of these things out. Just think about it, that all state House of Assembly, National Assembly goes to the Supreme Court.
It's not because of the congestion to this in the Supreme Court. That is why they limited it there. But they are not 18 judges. You understand, Kim? Because if a Plateau State governor gets a returning ticket and the others don't get a returning ticket, don't think there is no the justice is not served. It's one-sided. Just look at it. So I'm not a legal practitioner, but the little knowledge I have about all the common sense can say, you understand, Kim? So please, let them carry emotion in passing judgment. I want some of these judges who did not pass the proper judgment should be punished so that others will learn. Or derank them from their if he's a son, take away that similar jail certificate from him, so that others will know that if I want to pass the judgment, I have to be very careful. Thank you very much.
All right, Comrade Haruna, thank you very much. Well, you're the one that is calling it the wrong judgment. As far as the people who won, who were confirmed by the appeal court, is the right judgment. But, as a bystander who is actively involved and a stakeholder, with the disparity calls for questioning as to what exactly is going on, really. Hello? Hello?
Okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, you're welcome.
My name is KD.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, those who have spoken. Good afternoon, Walker. We're not hiding for long because he hasn't joined the WhatsApp yet. I think people should try and open the phone lines. I want to say again that for Debbie has rest in peace. And this underscores the importance of the fact that those of us living, we take care of ourselves. Having said that, I want to say, Goodman, Austin Goodman, I spoke with him, I think the day before yesterday. He's now in Lagos. He's doing very fine. Nigeria is a very big family, and I just love that. Hello, are you with me?
We're listening, sir.
Having said that, you see, Kim, let me tell you, this thing that our judiciary is doing, if they think they are doing anything to help this country, they're not helping. Because can you imagine the same system? Somebody is there, he gets to a level, he gets justice. The same system, somebody cannot get to the level that you get justice. Imagine the number of people that are aggrieved now in Plateau. And somebody just wants to wish away like that. It doesn't make sense. And the point is that sometimes we even lose sight of the fact that those who perpetrated this, they are not punished. If not, if the same to say the appeal court have erred in law
for sacking the government. It's the same thing that affected the lawmakers. Why would they all stop on the way? That make it sound that you cannot reach the Supreme Court. This at this time thing that is open up so that they too can go to the Supreme Court. Or the appeal court should come back and review what they did. And if I have my way, they should be punished. You cannot subject somebody to this suffering and then you go to pay the taxpayers' money from what they were giving them. It doesn't make sense. To me, the judiciary is just, will I use the word, they're just messing up things. Well, okay, we're in this country, the same judiciary. So yes, they told us that FCT is not a state. You must concentrate a certain number of votes in FCT in order to scale through. Today, they're finding it to mean something different, just to satisfy an interest. And children are going, they're hearing, children are sitting and they're taking note of it. How can insecurity not continue when you see somebody clearly being treated? You see injustice, unfairness, meet somebody. You can feel it, you can touch it, you can hear it. And you say people will just be happy and sit down. There are some people that say, let's fight it to the end, whichever way, which is bad. Let's give people are talking. The day of yesterday, so we are talking about the NYS unite this country. NYS cannot unite this country. Also, you should unite this country, the political class, the leaders. If you do the right thing, people are fairness, justice, equity here and there, we'll be united. But you just pack people to go and serve someplace and say nothing will happen. As long as insecurity and people are being killed, you expect. I've told you several times how much I've paid for ransom and how much I have coordinated to raise ransom for people. And today you are doing these things and I can see security, I can see justice here and there. Will I be able to tell my child, convince him that we should unite? I've tried that, but they're seeing clearly that there's just no basis for it. You can imagine how people are rising up, people who have what it takes and getting anywhere because somebody is somewhere. See, all of us were doing one way or the other. Let's go back home. Everybody should go back home and say, God, I'm sorry.
All right.
You to get the right from the top down to the ground. So, even though this journey ends here,
Thank you very much, KD Omawe there. Thank you very much. Hello? Yes, you're welcome.
My name is Frank.
Go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead, sir.
First, I want to say I'm so sorry. May the soul of Debbie rest in perfect peace.
Amen.
My contribution to this topic is what the Apicot did to those people, those members in participating. It's sad in the sense that before the Apicot ruling, I think a court ruled in Article when it challenged, and they said it was Medicine Interlope or something. It was a party that court cannot rule in the issue of party primaries. That is before even the appeal court gave this ruling. So they had what do you call it now? There was a judgment to that they were not supposed to interfere with the inter-party thing, that it was a party thing. There was a judgment like that before that. So the judgment was there and they saw it and they ruled the way they wanted to rule. And then the Supreme Court is telling them that they are not supposed to have done that. I think, for me, even if they say the appeal court is the final listing, but it's like somebody has been sentenced to death, and you say the appeal court sentence somebody to death, and then the Supreme Court is saying no, the person is not guilty. I say no, because the appeal court has said it is final. No, the Supreme Court is the final listing in the country, in the land. So I believe the Supreme Court should come in. I think the members should go to the Supreme Court for them, because.
But according to the Electoral Act, they can't. Theirs end at the appeal court. They can't take it to the Supreme Court.
So now, what will happen to those judges? The judge who ruled before in that Atiku's case, Atiku versus Tinubu's case, and said it was a party issue, that PDP had no, the court cannot interfere in party primaries. Therefore, they threw the case out. There was a ruling like that before this particular appeal court ruling. There was this ruling before then. So why those justices, those ruling, they saw that ruling and decided to look the other way? No, this is wrong. Even if the electoral law said that the Supreme Court has the final say on anybody in this country. That's what our constitution says. So the Supreme Court should come in, because this is wrong. This is wrong. The people have voted, who have picked the people they wanted to represent them. And you come through the back door and give a very funny ruling. No, that is wrong. It is wrong. Honestly to God, it is wrong. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for your take. Damola Kalawo, I see you. Thank you very much for the compliment. I appreciate it. I see quite a number of you on Facebook also. All your comments are truly appreciated. Thank you very much. And I'm waiting for you to refresh to read more of the comment. But let's look at what we have on WhatsApp. Let's clarify the issue properly. There's no incorrect judgment. When a superior court overturns the decision of an appellate court, it's because the higher court may perceive the matter differently or has access to additional evidence not presented to the lower court. This is why superior court exists, to bring greater wisdom and a deeper understanding of the law compared to lower court. Therefore, the notion of imposing sanction does not apply in this situation. Sam Isa from Suleja. We are governed by rule of law. I believe even the Constitution has spelled out the way every issue should be resolved. But with what I'm hearing from Nigeria, judgment is a big business, which is not earthy for the... Okay, healthy, you mean to say, for the nation. Pastor TJ Gunlade from Dubai. Thank you very much. Just watching, nobody will punish those appeal court judges. Rather, they'll be promoted to the Supreme Court to further their exploits, says Leo. On Fubara, Supreme Court is learning fast not to be used by politicians. They are now giving judgment that seem fair to all. Those sacked Plateau lawmakers should never accept it because they were sacked illegally. It can be set aside by the Supreme Court, says OJB. And Fresh Prince from Wusetu says, well, talking about Lagos, maybe they're talking about another Lagos, not Lagos, Nigeria. In terms of beauty or neatness, is Lagos better than Abuja? This is where people will see people struggle for money tonight with traffic wahala. Lagos is the only place where people spend hours in traffic, no complaint, because to them it's normal. They should review the research once more. We all study research methodology in school. What are the parameters they used? And Austin Otsai from Lewis says, I'm just wondering how Lagos is rated above Dubai and Miami in particular. And the rating of Lagos above these cities in terms of being more accommodating, how now? Maybe the survey didn't see or know of the activities of Aguero in Lagos State. All right, let's hear more from you via telephone. Hello? Oops. Oh dear. Okay. 00999303137. You need to call via WhatsApp and not call the line regularly. Hello? Yes, you're welcome.
I know you are not aware that the normal line is working.
Well, it's still a little... Go ahead, it's working.
Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm all right.
Thank God, my dear sister. I know we are gathering ourselves together. God will bless every one of you. God bless all the callers, the listeners. Auntie Debbie, you are blessed. God will receive your soul. God will forgive you. All what you left behind, they will not suffer in Jesus' name. We are feeling the pain. I know everybody is feeling pain. We are all down because somebody even made mistakes. So even call what? I say, wow. Now, we will continue to remember. I thank everybody. Both those who came on the candle night, both those who did not present, God bless them. We pray that this type of sad event will not occur in any one of us family in Jesus' name.
Amen.
On this issue of Lagos, the people who did that, they made mistake. They will have picked Calabar or Akwa Ibom. Maybe the difference will have happened today. You understand? We will have clear another thing. But if you check, the perspective that people are using about Lagos is because of the past. You know, look at what you said about the blue red line that is coming.
The red line.
In December, the red line, sorry, the blue line has been working now. Even though it is so, people will still use those perspective. A lot of things that happened in Lagos during Tinubu is not there again now. Since Fashola became governor, a lot of things have changed. It's not that I say it changed 100%, but those who did it, they should go back and pick Akwa Ibom or they pick Cross River. Maybe everything will be normalized. When we are talking about Lagos, it's like Dubai. We pray it to be like that. It's our own. We want Nigeria to be all right. Look at Abuja, there are people we are talking about. All the trees now, a lot of Abuja places in Abuja turned to forest under the previous minister because he didn't do anything. When government is not doing well, we said it. Fine, Sanwo-Olu is trying now to make all these things work. So those who, the journalists, to go back to December, maybe he should go and check another state, Nigeria, maybe like a Cross River or Akwa Ibom. Take care, my sister. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. Kimberly, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Can you turn off your radio?
Yes, I'm gone up from the place.
Go ahead, sir.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah, what's your name?
My name is Chidozie.
Go ahead, Chidozie.
Yes. I'm talking from the. Hello?
Go ahead. You've got 1 minute before the news, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. I remember there was a case of Jerry Gukwe where he won election and they started doing like this. He went to Ecowas court and they regained his victory. So I suggest these people in Plateau can do the same. In Ecowas court. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Well, that's one area to explore. I don't know if he does have any standing within our Electoral Act, but I would definitely have experts in to talk more about what the options are, because apparently the lawmakers in Plateau are not letting on this particular one. They're still insisting that the people voted them in, and that's what it should be. We'll take a quick break for the news at the top of the hour, and be back in a bit.
This is Nigeria
Info. Hey guys, it's your
This is Nigeria Info.